In 2019, I was at Ayetoro community. Ayetoro community is battling with sea incursion in Ondo State. It's at the Elijah Riverine area. Ever since the exploration of oil started on the Atlantic Sea that borders the community, there's this sea incursion that happens almost every year. Most times, 4 times in a year. And those 4 times will be very, very serious. A lot of people will have to leave the community. In 2006, that was when we had the last official census. The community had 27,000 people. When I went there in 2019, according to the community heads, they had just 5,000 people. And by the time I spoke to some people there, because I had to use my phone to take videos of the sea incursion, the people that are affected, and every other thing, so that I can show these videos to those in power or to those that are concerned. I also used my phone to take pictures. I had a camera with me as well to take pictures of these people because there was no network in that area. So that to use technology in some areas, you may not be able to because the resources that are needed, they are not there. So you can use ICT or technology to take pictures, take videos, do transcription, do subtitle, and other things. Currently now, we have moved to the age of AI. There's this course I took, AI in the newsroom. In fact, this year I can rate it as the best course I've taken. I took it with this Knight Center for Journalism and other things like that. So I use it in my work. Sometimes when I write about all these people and then you're looking for this headline to show the intensity of that particular problem, you can use AI. When you do this is the action. This is the result. When you don't do it, this is the result. So the people take action.
My question now is the use of technology, because now you talked of going inside Ondo State to make report. Now, of course, if you were in the Ondo State capital, where you might have more resources there, I can understand it. But now, when you go into the interior to conduct this interview, what role does technology play in those lines? Like maybe somebody, maybe is the head of a school, you need to talk to this individual. Perhaps you are maybe in the state capital, you need to talk to this individual. How do you do that? Do you use maybe like Zoom? Do you have to do conferencing like we are doing now? Because I'm in Italy, you are in Nigeria. You can see that we are flowing on. Are you able to do similar thing like that? So share with me how technology is playing a role in the work that you are doing in Ondo State.
Yeah, I think if, like you noted, if you are in the state capital, it's easier. In fact, post-COVID or during COVID, my office had a change in operation. Initially, whenever we wanted to conduct interviews, most times we visit these interviewees in their offices and everything. But when COVID broke out and everybody went online, so Zoom became so popular, Meet became so accepted or adopted around. So we, the media practitioners as well, also, we adopted this measure. So I think if I do 100 interviews in a year, about 90 will be online, either via phone or via all these teleconferencing services. But when it comes to the rural area, it is very difficult to do. Because one, how do I set up a Zoom conference call with someone that doesn't even have an Android phone at least? And you know that in this area, the network is pretty bad. Yeah, because when we go there, in fact, the last time we went there, somebody had to on hotspot for me from his MiFi for my phone to access network. So we don't really consider that for those in the interior. So what we do is to send our correspondents to all these interiors so that whatever you want to discuss with the people, you can use your phone to record. Yeah, that one is acceptable. But to have teleconferencing call with them, I think we are still behind, so to say, in that particular regard. But we can use technology in other aspects. Like number one, to record videos that, I mean, the actuality that you need to show the people out there or the government out there or the stakeholders that this particular problem is happening in the society. In 2019, I was at Ayetoro community. Ayetoro community is battling with sea incursion in Ondo State. It's at the Elijah Riverine area. Ever since the exploration of oil started on the Atlantic Sea that borders the community, there's this sea incursion that happens almost every year. Most times, 4 times in a year. And those 4 times will be very, very serious. A lot of people will have to leave the community. In 2006, that was when we had the last official census. The community the community had 27,000 people. When I went there in 2019, according to the community heads, they had just 5,000 people. And by the time I spoke to some people there, because I had to use my phone to record, to take videos of the sea incursion, the people that are affected, and every other thing, so that I can show these videos to those in power or to those that are concerned. I also use my phone to take pictures. I had a camera with me as well to take pictures of these people because there was no network in that area. So that to use technology in some areas, you may not be able to because the resources that are needed, they are not there. But you can use you can use ICT or technology to take pictures, take videos, do transcription, do subtitle, and other things. Currently now, we have moved to the age of AI. There's this course I took, AI in the newsroom. In fact, it's this year I can rate it as the best course I've taken. I took it with this Night Center for Journalism and other things like that. So I use it in my work. Sometimes when I write about all these people, and then you're looking for this headline to show the intensity of that particular problem, you can use AI to suggest for you. Then and you see, I can use AI to transcribe. Can use people use AI for a lot of things now, but we use AI to improve whatever we do. So as regards technology, I think it is when you are gathering information about pictures and videos or to record voices that we can do that. Then post production, post information gathering, you can use AI to better whatever you are doing on technology. But for you to gather information, you can only do that in an area that has all the resources. But in the interiors, we are not there yet.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Now, what is your satisfaction in this work that you are doing?
I think I derive joy when I see that my report is there and people are taking action. When I see that, okay, I wrote about divorce cases in Ondo State, and this informs several campaigns in the state. Already, I feel like, yes, there's value for what I do. I wrote about teenage pregnancy and teenage prostitution and drug abuse in Ondo State. The Ministry of Women Affairs, NGOs, government, all of them went into action. That was in 2022, that was last year. And that particular report got me an award, I think 2 awards, investigative journalism and best journalist in Ondo State. Then I wrote about this teenage pregnancy as well, because I discovered that in the rural area, people give out their daughters in exchange for economic benefits. Because the parents are not really educated. So those that are influential in that particular community, in these communities, they approach them. Oh, I like your daughter, even though she's still 15, I can marry her, not as first wife, can be second or third. But because they see that this person is influential and has money, and the family will have to do the exchange, it happens. I had to report about that. And that one again, you see government talking about teenage pregnancy, you see NGOs rising up, and they are referencing your report to show that yes, this is genuine, this is authentic. This year again, I did a report on prison reforms in Nigeria using the Olokuta Correctional Center to look at the condition of inmates, because there was this prison reform policy in 2019. So we want to see how far this particular reform has achieved success. And our findings show that no, It is just a nomenclature change. It's just a change of name from prison service to correctional services. We have not really achieved any significant form of reform, even though there is hope that we can do better. There's another report on unsafe abortion. This is what we hardly talk about. Because of our laws that prohibit abortion in Nigeria, so people don't usually talk about it. Everybody looks at abortion as, no, you must not go there. If you do abortion, you will die. We are not advocating that people should go into abortion. But my report on the human cost of abortion shows that because of the illegality of abortion in Nigeria, a lot of people are now going through the back door to procure unsafe abortion. And this has significantly contributed to maternal mortality and morbidity in the state and in Nigeria. And I used the cases of about, I think, 3 people, even though I had about 4 or 5, 3 people that I know that they are very significant. One of them is a married woman that got pregnant. I think she and her husband felt that they could not cater for another child because they had two already with this economic situation. So they went for abortion, and unfortunately, they didn't engage a professional, and eventually the woman died. The woman died. So these are they are very, very sad. So these are the cases that we project, and before you know it, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, you see it everywhere. Government is taking action. So that gives me the joy. Not the joy is not because all these things are happening. The joy is the fact that what we do is or are informing government decisions, policymakers' decisions, NGO decisions, and people are taking action.
Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. I really do. All right. So,
Yeah.
what would be your final thoughts to conclude the conversation today?
Okay, I think what I would say is this: the world is bedeviled with or by a lot of issues. You're talking about climate change here. You're talking about the military mistakenly dropping bomb on people. You're talking about economic crunch and everything. The social responsibility of the media remains, whether we like it or not. A lot of people are taking sides, and when you look at the media now, you see that out of hundreds that we have, about 40 are established by political actors, about 25 are established by people that are using the media to promote their business, their businesses, even though their businesses, on the other hand, are kind of enemy in quotes to the people. But what I would just say is this: as media practitioners, we still hold the people the responsibility of informing them, of educating them, and also engaging with them in order for us to have a developed and a better society. There is this idea, we call it media narratives about Africa and Nigeria. A lot of people now, when you look at the media, it's always about the negativity aspect of it. There is this book by H. Man, Bias for Hope. We, the media, need to give the people that the society we live in, there is hope, irrespective of all these things that are happening. And we hold the responsibility to show them the way, that this is where the hope lies. And if all of us can put hands together and resolve all these issues and all these problems will be resolved, and we have a better society for individual, for group, and for everyone at large.
Thank you so much for that. I believe with that power of hope, and I believe in the work that you guys are doing out there. So keep it up. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.